Thank you very much, Deborah. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. And thank you very much for joining us for this very important discussion. First of all, congratulations to Nick Okna Kikming, the chair of the Cambodia Chamber of Commerce and Industry and chair of ASEAN Bank Cambodia, and team for this excellent Cambodia-ASEAN Business Summit. It's great to see so many friends. I was here in 2022 for the ASEAN Business and Investment Summit, and it's great to see how this event is growing from strength to strength. As Deborah mentioned, my name's Alan. I'm with the UK ASEAN Business Council, which is headquartered in London, but I'm personally based in Brunei, so it didn't take too long for me to get here. This conversation is focused at a time of growing supply chain fragmentation. We've heard a lot this morning about the global challenges that are impacting our region, and that competitiveness is no longer defined by cost alone. It really depends on how tax payments, connections to capital markets and logistics are integrated into digital platforms, and how the individual platforms all work together. And this session sits at the very heart of Cambodia's next chapter of economic growth. We have heard this morning that Cambodia is transitioning from a labor-intensive model to a skills-driven industrial and digital hub, positioning itself as a strategic +1 economy within ASEAN. But what does that mean? How do the different engines of growth, the different departments within Cambodia work together? What are these developments, and how can we ensure that the business community is aware and on board with these developments? It's my pleasure to invite to the stage His Excellency We're going to dive across two main themes for this panel. First of all, what's happening within each institution, and secondly, the importance of integration and working together. And if we have time, we'll invite a few questions from the audience. So please do have your thoughts and comments ready, especially how it impacts your business and how it links to ASEAN and Southeast Asia. So let's begin and get underway. If I can first turn to Your Excellency Sarat from the Central Bank. Your Excellency, as Cambodia is modernizing its payment systems, the National Bank's core mandate remains to be safeguarding monetary and financial stability, and we heard the excellent keynote from the Deputy Governor just now. How has Cambodia balanced payment system innovation while maintaining financial stability and confidence in the banking system? And what does this greater interoperability and digital inclusion really mean for the overall resilience and credibility of the banking system in Cambodia? And I heard a little bit about Bakong as well. Love to get into that a little bit as well. But tell us, what are some of the major developments beyond what Deputy Governor was mentioning?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to be here. Thank you so much for the question. As you may heard this morning already, that my Deputy Governor have in his keynote address already mentioned key initiatives that the National Bank Cambodia have been progressively implementing so far to promote the digital payments and the stability in the banking sector as a whole. I just would like to touch upon on your question on the innovation and stability. What does it mean for us? as you may seen already from the National Bank of Cambodia perspective, based on our mandate, we are the regulator and overseer of the payment system in Cambodia. In terms of the development and balancing the payment system, we mostly focus on improving our regulatory framework while at the same time promoting the payment industry to grow in our country. In terms of regulatory framework, I mean, we've been progressively put in place a number of regulations. I mean, back in 1996, based on the banking law, the central bank law, and then the law on payment instrument and payment transaction. And following that, we issue a number of regulations in the payment space, in the credit space, all to promote the digital platform in the payment space and the credit space to grow in our country. I don't want to touch on all the detail of the regulation. Maybe we can take another opportunity to address on this point. Just want to mention that a key priority for us is to uplift the conducive regulatory framework for the payment industry to grow in our country. While balancing at the risk or stability in our country, we are mostly focused on, like my Deputy Governor mentioned this morning already, that we try to put in place a number of mechanisms based on the risk profile of the activity that provided by the operator in our country. In particular, we have put in place the regulation on the payment service provider back in 2017, allowing the payment operator to grow and flourish, as you can see nowadays in our countries. And following that, we also issue a circular number podcast in a way to promote a conducive environment. Given the growing innovative industry, as you may see that the regulatory framework might not keep pace with the innovation, but we've been following that with the approach, with what we call the test and learn approach, where the regulatory framework is absent, is silent on that space, and then we use that framework to discuss with the industry players and then allow them to operate for a certain time period. We still implement it now, and it's been a pleasure to work with the industry players, and quite a number of players are in this space already. I don't want to mention it to frame it as a regulatory sandbox, but it's something that is work and we have been implementing so far. Thank you.
If I can just quickly jump in, we've talked a lot about MSMEs this morning. What challenges are you seeing with MSMEs adopting digital payments?
I mean, one of the big issues right now, we have seen not only the SME, but for the individual operator as well. Digital literacy, digital financial literacy is still an issue, still challenging for small business player and for the individual player as a whole. And one of the key challenging for which is one of the key challenges for the central bank, and then what is something that we have been implemented so far, that we try to educate the public, we try to educate our SME to be able them to equip with sufficient knowledge to be on board into the digital platform or interoperable platform provided by the industry as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that is a challenge that many countries in Southeast Asia are facing. And it's great that you're making such progress in that space. If I can turn now to Your Excellency So Chiat, from the Securities and Exchange Regulator of Cambodia, perhaps facing similar challenges. But the capital market is growing from strength to strength, aiding the facilitation of capital and investment and helping Cambodia's economy to grow. Could you share with us the progress that you're making in developing the securities market, including the green and the sustainably linked instruments, but also on the digital side, the non-bank financial services has just adopted the Prakas on the supervision and licensing of digital assets business. This is, again, a fast-moving world we are living in. Could you share with us your perspective in regulating this side of the business?
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to start by saying to Nya Katmeng for inviting me to be the speaker as always. Thank you very much. And thank you for all the organizers that made this happen. Over the past decade, everyone knows that the capital market has growing step by step. We start from legal framework, infrastructure, And right now we have a lot of participation from investor to the market. In terms of financial instrument, we start from just only equity stock, but right now we have the debt instrument in the market, including also plain bond and sustainable bond, as you mentioned. But what is the main, progress recently, and especially in 2025? I just want to highlight two main progress that we have made so far. One is, early 2025, the fundraising and list on the market just around 400 million USD. But at the end of the year, we could make it increase until 700 million USD. That is the one big achievement that we have been made. Another one is we proud also to, to put in place in the market the new instrument that we call the private placement, private bond. And this is also, I would like to take this occasion to thank to Selkat and especially to Neng Nha Ket Meng and the Royal Group that believe in capital market, have confidence in capital market, and start the instrument together. So just late 2025, more than 200 million have been raised through this new instrument. So that is the big side, big progress that we have been made in 2025. Related to the digital asset, this very, new products. Not really new. I think that some of our investors that in this side, maybe they have already engaged with this new instrument. But in terms of supervision, in terms of regulation, we start step by step in Cambodia. We understand that blockchain, digital asset is very new, especially for regulator. When we don't understand about the new technology, we could not start to allow our investor to engage with that. We need to understand how to govern this new instrument, what is the challenge and what is the risk. So that's why in 2023, we just starting with what we call the regulatory sandbox. We allow the company that have new technology, new product, and especially related to digital asset, to start request to SERC to be in our sandbox, testing first. 2 years ago, right now, after testing, we have 7 companies already in our sandbox. And late 2025, we just adopt the new regulation for digital asset. For us, before when we start, everyone doubt in terms of whether this new product is allowed or not allowed, could do or could not do. But right now, everyone clear that we could make it, we could do it, and regulator also clear that we need to regulate this new product. And I would also to take this occasion to thank to my colleague from NBC here, my partner. We discover more. 1 year that we discover with NBC how to regulate this new product. In this area of digital asset, Cambodia, we have 2 main regulators. One is SERC, another one is NBC. Sarat talked about the payment. This digital asset could be also the new instrument for payment. So that's why we have clear guideline together that if you use that digital asset as for payment, you need to get the approval from NBC. But if you use that instrument for investment, you need to work with SERC. So that's why, based on this principle, in 2026, there will be new regulation will coming to supervise in this sector.
And a big round of applause from the chair there. How are you seeing the business response to this? Are you seeing a lot of excitement about this or some confusion? Do they understand the instruments?
You know how exciting I am. I start to observe these new products in 2019. I start to, to learn, to understand with my co-partner, with also my colleague in ASEAN, because Cambodia is not a lone country. We are in ASEAN. This platform is ASEAN platform. So everything that we have the challenge, everyone have to know quite well, we need to discuss among regulators in ASEAN. So that's why there are many discussions in 2019. But we could not make that because, the timing is not allowed yet. We don't understand yet about the blockchain. So that's why we take the time to study and learn on the new technology. That's why coming up with sandbox, and right now we have regulation.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We've heard some great progress from the National Bank of Cambodia and from the Securities Exchange Commission. Let's turn to tax, everyone's favorite topic. Your Excellency, Mrs. Bunyeri, Cambodia has made substantial efforts to modernize the administration and improve transparency through digital platforms. This seems to be a key trend here in Cambodia. Could you share with us the most significant reforms in the tax administration in recent years, in particular the recent launch of the GD tax platform? And looking ahead, what are your top priorities to further strengthen tax reforms and compliance?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. And first, I would like to express my respect to the Neognya, to the Deputy Governor, and to everyone in this room. I think the question is very good, and I think that some of the people here is not just listen this question in the first time, but anyway, if you already know, so let's be patient to listen again. And for the people who not yet well catch up with the development of the reform in the General Department of Taxation, let me a little bit brief on this. The reform is not the just 1 day or 2 day or month or year issues. It's a long journey. But to answer the question, what is recent reform in the General Department, I can say that, let me start from the 2023. It is the regulation issue where we put our taxation law in one place for both official and our taxpayer, easy to find, and we try to update those regulations to be transparent, simple to understand, and simple to comply. And besides the regulation, we also reform our tax administration regarding the set up of special unit that for the special lane to take care of all the investors, especially the taxpayer who are with the gold certificate. So here I would like to encourage all our client taxpayer, please be compliant, and you can use this special lane. Another reform recently in front of Neognya, our Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance has just launched our GDT home tax. Like my DG always say, it's a tax for home, but it's a home tax. That means you can using the GDT service from your home. So it's your own home tax. So this one, the reason of we have this one, we integrated all the app and the program that our service, our service normally used before into one. But this one just launching. A lot of work had to go, like providing our taxpayer as well as our official on the training about the home tax and how to use it. And I hope that with the new product of the home tax, everyone will be using it when we coming to the personal income tax, wherever the government approved to implementation. So this I can say for the recent development of the GDT. And the priority, yes, we aiming under our revenue mobilization to be the tax administration 3.0. So what is the tax administration 3.0 mean? It means that all the system for tax administration and the intergovernment agency as well as taxpayer are connected. So what's the useful of the administration 3.0? That means the less burden to taxpayer, then you may not, I can say totally eliminated, but you may not see the audit case going to your place to visit you again by connected your system, your cash register, your business to our system. Then we can have the big data, all the data in our system. So this is what we aim. And we aim to use the AI in our tax administration. Even we started with the GDT chatbot that just recently introduced. Yeah, it's just a basic one. But as you know, the trend in all the tax administration across the globe, they are going to using the AI, and even in the UN tax committee, they are now thinking using the AI in tax administration, and they are now developing the guideline for all developing countries to be a model for them to use. And this is what GDT think that we have to catch up the future trend and catch up with the business. We want to make our taxpayer more compliant, more easy. Yeah, they can pay tax easy, but it's hard to avoid. So this is our priority.
Thank you very much. In the interest of time, I think we'll move on, but I have some questions for a follow-up later on, because I think the importance of tax is also in relation to trust and reputation, the importance of making sure we pay our taxes that are due. But if I can turn now to our colleague from Customs, Mr. Chan. Customs is also a key part of trade competitiveness and supply chain integration. What tangible progress has been made in the Customs department in Cambodia in terms of facilitating clearance and facilitating greater trade? What reforms do you have underway, especially in manufacturing and logistics? And how are you using digital tools?
Thank you for your question. First of all, my respects to Neoknya, Deputy Governor of the NBC. This is a good opportunity for Customs to be here. Actually, the topic of this panel is about innovation and also integrated ecosystems. I call it an opportunity just because nowadays, when we talk about customs, the general public coined us just the agency of collecting import duties. But in fact, our roles are more than that. Our role are to make trade facilitation, provide the environment for traders, specifically to have more of a reduction on time and cost. Because these two factors involve money, of course. And also another role of customs is about protecting the well-being of our people. So we are taking care of the protections and also of imports and export of hazardous and also goods. So my response to your question focuses on the modernization of customs. In recent times, customs of Cambodia has been doing a kind of modernization program quite a lot, but then the general public specifically don't know about that. And my General Department of Customs and Excise, under the leadership of our DG, decided to have a kind of outreach to the public early this year, talking about the so-called modernization and also implementation of our action plan from now until the next 4 or 5 years, to give the idea of what customs has been doing recently. And I focus on probably a couple of elements that would respond directly to your question. One is about modernization of custom clearance systems. Our custom has deployed the Asikuda World since early 2024 with the electronic submission and processing of custom declaration. It means that nowadays traders can go directly to that system without contacting our offices, whether it's at the headquarters or at the checkpoints. We can go online 100%. And since last year, 2024, all of the trade volume, imports and exports into and also out of Cambodia now cover in that electronic system, 100%. And for the second point is about the national single window. This kind of system developed jointly with the ASEAN-wide national single window, tackling the request application of license and imports permits. In the old days, we need to go to headquarters of customs, and it takes time to have the application approved. Now, traders and brokers just need to have their device, electronic device, either a computer or an iPad, to log in our system, and then they will connect with our approval system. And this national single window now has spread it to more than 10. The correct number is 14 agencies, line ministries, ranging from agriculture, Ministry of Industry, that health, for example. Those are the line ministry, they're taking care of issuing the license and also import permits for certain goods that they require those documents. So it means that nowadays officers don't need to go around to offices to have this kind of document approved. We just need to click it in our system and it approved. Even my colleagues, technical colleagues inform me that they can do it 24 hours. And also they can access the system at home to process this kind of application. The other important thing is the implementation of the PAP, the pre-arrival processing. It means that once the goods coming from abroad, even before the goods leave the port from, a particular exporting country, you can use this system by lodging all the declaration and also supporting documents so that our customs at the headquarters and also at the checkpoints can have it. And it will reduce the time of processing your document when goods arrive. So Cambodia is one of the pioneering countries that are using the PAP actually. And another, point that custom has been doing a lot these days is about the facilitation of cross-border e-commerce, the express consignment per se. So now we also introduce the automation system. So we recently have the MOU with the HL to, to speed up the so-called clearance of, the parcels that going into Cambodia. So another point, the last point that I want to mention, if we talk about the modernization of custom, there would be a lot. I can talk for hours, but the last in my highlight is about the AEO program, the authorized economic operator, Actually now we have 8 AEO in our list, but I urge, traders in this room to spread out this message to your colleagues and also your practices to apply for the AEO program. Why? Just because when you are in the list, there's more benefits for you because you are the trusted economic operator, traders, importers, and exporters. So the process of clearing the customs procedure would be much more easier. So that's the highlights that I would want to address to the audience today, and wish that we can probably collect some clarification question later. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chan. Excellent progress from across all of our panelists, and I'd like to hear from the business perspective in a minute, but please do, after this, I'll invite questions from the audience. We'll probably spend 10 more minutes having another chat, but if you have any questions, please do raise your hands and we'll get a microphone to you. But KL, CEO of Selcard, you've heard all of these wonderful progress. From the business perspective, you're seeing digital growth from your own industry mushrooming. We talked about 5G rollout in Phnom Penh and going down to Siem Reap a little bit earlier. How are you seeing? Is this improving the ease of doing business in Cambodia?
Yeah. I think before I go there is that it's very happy to hear that our Prime Minister mentioned about there are 5 key pillars to ensure that transforming ASEAN is success. And one of the last pillar is technology. That's what he mentioned, right? And it's amazing and glad to hear from my fellow panelists is that all of them have gone through awesome digital transformation in each of their respective ministry. We as the telco is that our job is to become a technology enabler so that with our technology allow whatever transformation and innovation done by the public sector, including the private sector, to be connected between the government, the big companies, and also the consumer. I heard a lot about home, can do things from home now, all these things. That's why when we develop our infrastructure, we will ensure, right, that you can access a very high performance and reliable network, internet into not only your working place, also in your home. Now that brought me to a very interesting thing is that I have seen tremendous changes in the government in terms of structure, policies, approvals, right, and compliance. I want to share this is because I want to share an experience of a public sector like us. Selcard is the largest public listed company in Cambodia today, and we can benefit from this consistency of policy and procedure approval. It was demonstrated in last year when we got awarded with a 5G license in November, and we can able to launch 5G, right, in less than 60 days. And the Phnom Penh all has 5G and enjoy it, right? That kind of fairness and transparency or execution established by the digital government has really enabled us to do this kind of thing at the speed, right? And allow us to compete with international players as well, right? So I think the country have progressed a lot on that space, yeah? I think about 5G, I think no need to talk much because 5G, of course, have a lot of other benefits, but basically it's helping to connect the business together. So end of the day, we have a three-party, like PPP, right? Public-private, right? Collaboration to enable that the consumer and the people of Cambodia enjoy, right? All this new innovation that created by the ministry and also the private sector. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much, KL. That's great. Can I invite questions, comments from the audience? If you have a question, please do put it. We have a gentleman here, another gentleman here, Martin. Please feel free to just share with us your views from your business perspective, and then we'll invite the panel. We've got 1, 2, any other questions? And then we will start to get concluding thoughts before we wrap up.
Alan, would you like me to go first?
Go and then Martin, yes.
Yes, my name's Martin Darby. I'm representing the British Chamber of Commerce here today. First of all, my respects to Ognia Men and the Cambodia Chamber of Commerce on organising an absolutely fabulous and insightful seminar. Also, you know, on behalf of the business community, I think we have one of the most advanced digital banking systems here, and my respects to the National Bank and the work that's been done there, and also one of the most open tax departments and regulatory reform, always open to feedback from the business community. The concern and worry I might have, though, is that in 34 months' time, it will be 2029, the year of our graduation from least developed country status. And I guess, like everybody in the business community, we would really like some assurance that we are ready for LDC status, a time when we know we will need to raise a lot more tax revenue locally, we will need to see a lot more investments in the stock market, and really a question to the Royal Government and the representatives: are we ready for LDC? And what more can the business community do to support that preparation for LDC? Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Excellent question. Time marches on so quickly. We're already 2026. Who'd like to take that question? Mrs. Bunieri, there was a tax element, and Your Excellency, so Chet, from the Securities Exchange perspective, perhaps if I can invite you both to respond to that. How do you feel in terms of preparation?
Okay, thank you, Martin, for your question. Actually, I don't think I am the one who respond fully to your question. It sounds like the policy or macro thing, something like that. But anyways, let me try as what I've been joining some of the policy group regarding the preparation of the graduation of Cambodia in 2029 regarding the tax administration and what the private sector can help, especially General Department of Taxation, to catch up with the graduation. You are right on one point regarding the revenue collection. Yes, it's not just waiting until 2029. We need it now. Yes, we need it now. And you see the bully from our neighbor. This is what we have to do something on the collection. And this cannot do alone by our GDP, but it could be a share from everyone here and the business people, as well as the contribution from all on this. And what private sector can help GDP, please provide us the feedbacks on the regulation, on the implement mechanism, on the our tax official behavior, for us to further find out the way to provide a better service to the private sector. So I think those can help. And the Forum on Taxation last month is, I can say, it's a start to open for everyone, to business, to other government agency, to put the issue of tax on the table. So this all your input to improve our tax system, our tax regulation, and our tax official is well recommended. Thank you.
Thank you. Your Excellency,
Yeah.
so Chet, yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to add something to my colleague at the tax department. To meet our timeline in 2029, my answer is very easy one. We need more business. We need more investment. If we could make that, grow in terms of investment, we will meet our timeline. That's why, our government has the clear strategy to attract more business and investment. For the capital market, we ready to welcome the investment, the investor from ASEAN. We have the ecosystem in place. We have many kinds of financial products that have been in place, include the digital product. So the platform like that, the business matching, the ASEAN business matching platform, this is a good opportunity that make our business in Cambodia to meet the ASEAN investor. My colleague from tax department made clear that we want to improve. Why we need to improve our tax system? We want to make the business more easy, confident, yes. So there are some strategy that we have been put in place. For capital market, I have two main policies that prescribe clearly in our roadmap, our master plan, 2025 and 2035, 10-year development. Until 2029, we make clear that we need to diversify more product. We need to diversify the broaden of investor base. So that's why this platform like this is a good opportunity for Cambodia to make and to be clear on what investor could and take opportunity to invest in Cambodia. Thank you.
Collaboration and cooperation, a key theme that we're hearing throughout this panel. We had one more question, I think, from a gentleman in the middle. Yes, sir, please. And if there's anyone else, we have another question over here. Any other questions? One here, one here. Okay, we'll take these three questions and then we'll wrap up. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Okay. Very good afternoon for all the panelists and everyone here. My name is Deng Dara. I'm from Cambodia-Israeli Chamber of Commerce. So actually, I have one question. As Cambodia now harmonizes the customs, taxes, and also we want some investment from abroad. So I would like to see if Cambodia already creates any regulatory sandboxes that allow all the foreigner partners, especially in fintechs and some like technology partners, to have the chance to provide or to have the pilot solution for Cambodia to give the opportunity for Cambodia SME to take part or to take place in this development.
Thank you. Excellent question. Can we take all the questions in one go, and then I'll invite the panel to respond, and then we'll wrap up. Can we have the question on this side of the room? And then there was a lady over here. Yeah. But I think the fintechs sandbox one for the National Bank. Yep, gentleman there. Yep, yes, please.
Hi, my name is Michael Au. I'm the CEO for Indochina, representing LT0 Asia Pacific. So basically, we are IT data solution provider. And we're in process to explore Cambodia market, especially with AI. We see the opportunity of data storage for companies, for sovereign data, for private clouds, public clouds, and also for private use. Now, my question is, as the so-called manufacturers are trying to bring in the IT data storage solution products into Cambodia, my question is, what is the best channel for us to find out whether our products need to have type approval or not in order to bring the products into Cambodia? I did ask around and get a bit of a mixed answers back, because our products is like computer hard disk. There's no transmission involved. And some say may need to have type approval, some may not need. So I want to ask, what is the best channel for us as an international IT solution provider to know whether do we need or do we not need, and so we can expedite doing business in Cambodia.
Thank you. Maybe one for customs about the importing, but you may not be the best organization for the regulation side. I don't know if you've got a telco, another regulator, but we'll come back to that in a second. But we have a lady on this side of the room who also wanted to ask a question. Okay, we have another gentleman, and then we'll have the lady asking a question. Okay,
so
okay, go ahead.
Microphone to me. Okay, Thank you for giving me the opportunity for the second time. And it can be my second question. My question goes to His Excellency Su Suchit. You know, based on my research, Cambodia is middle of Thailand, Vietnam. Thailand, 70 million people. And GDP is more than 500 billion. Capital market is also 500 million. And we also border to Vietnam, 100 million people. GDP almost 500 million, and capital market is also almost reach the GDP. It means like GDP and capital market of Thailand, Vietnam is almost similar. Where we are Cambodia, the population 18 million, GDP 45 million, around like that. And the capital market is around 3 billion. So we are very below the two other countries. And the capital market is very below the GDP. My question to His Excellency, do you have any like special strategy or special strategy or what else that you can make the capital market can be not like too much far from the GDP? Thank you very much.
Okay, that's an interesting question. And do we have one more question from the lady at the back? No? Yes? Just very, very quickly, please, and then we'll get the responses.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Saint Janeng. I come from EcoSoap Foundation from Siem Reap. So my question is related to the tax department. I just would like to know what is the reason that tax department always delay on the capital tax and personal income tax. I really appreciate to the government to submit this tax soon as possible, because I can see that it's not affect to the poor people or the small family. Thank you.
Mrs. Bunyeri is smiling at that question. But if we can first turn to the National Bank of Cambodia to respond to that point about fintech sandboxes. Is there opportunities in that space?
Thank you for the question. Maybe I can touch upon the question on sandbox itself. Actually, to answer your question, whether regulatory sandbox is one size fits all or not, I mean, it depends on country specific, and within country specific also depend on sector specific. I think a number of regulators representing here, I think Excellency Suchit may comment later on the sandbox, but I can comment from the banker sector side. We don't actually issue a regulation sandbox at the moment. We don't issue that sandbox until now. But we had what we call, like I mentioned earlier, we adopt the test and learn approach back since 2008. I think we introduced that concept when first Wing came to Cambodia, and then we allow Wing to operate for a certain period without the prescriptive regulatory framework, and then later on we issue regulation. And then we still implement that approach until now. The concept is quite similar. The sandbox and test and learn approach is to allow the operator operate in an environment without a regulatory prescription for a certain period until the regulator understands the risk or issue relevant to your business model, and then we come back and discuss later on. Should we issue a prescriptive regulatory framework, or we should disallow you to operate from our market? I mean, in terms of banking sector, we have quite a number of fintech in our space. The door is open, especially in the payment space and credit space. If you are really interested to provide a fintech solution in the banking area, you can come and discuss with the NBC, presenting your business model. Whether that solution is the most innovative, is something that can be a unicorn in the future, we are quite welcome. If anything that is standardized product, it's already exists in our market, and then you can bring that. You want to bring that solution into Cambodia. I think probably it's not a good idea that we allow you to operate in Cambodia. I mean, in short, we don't really adopt the sandbox regime per se, but we have something quite similar to that for that. Maybe I can take another issue on the
Just
data.
very quickly, because we're starting to, I'm getting signals.
On the question on data, I mean, from the NBC perspective, we don't really have a regulation on data itself. But in terms of financial institutions who would like to outsource their activity in data, or they wish to store their data outside the country or within another institution. We have a framework or regulation to allow that, but they need to seek permission from the central bank. It's not really the operator itself, but the financial institution under the regulated framework of the NBC who seek approval from the central bank. Thank you.
Thank you. I think there was also a little bit on importing hardware as well. Mr. Chan, is that something you could just very quickly touch on, and then I'll invite His Excellency Sosochat to respond to the question about the GDP and maybe a little bit on sandboxes.
I believe the question was on hardware, not on hardware, but software, the software solution. Actually, we are facing a tricky, a practice here. Customs of Cambodia has never been collecting duties on software, the so-called transmission of electronic transmission, just because under the WTO, there has been a so-called moratorium. Every 2 years, the Minister of Trade meet under the WCO so-called ministerial conference. The upcoming one is in Cameroon late this month. So the Minister of Commerce of Cambodia is joining. And we are intending to support the permanent moratorium on the collections of custom duties on electronic transmission, just because under our HS code, we focus only on the so-called tangible goods. So the gentleman is now still struggling finding the agency to talk and discuss on this, to whether when you sell or provide your products in Cambodia, does it need to involve with some kind of tax? You need to talk to the Ministry of Commerce on that. They are the policy maker on whether to collect it and the duties and also tax, whether at the border or when you provide that service to a particular company or individual, there will be a procedure. Because we understand that when it involves a transaction, my senior colleague from tax is here. She will be agreeable with me that no transaction should be non-taxable. So I advise you to contact the Ministry of Commerce to discuss on this, and rest assured that there's no custom procedure to tax and also collect the duties at import point.
Fantastic. And it's great to hear about your view on the permanent moratorium as well. Your Excellency, Sochet, can you just respond quickly on the stock exchange, the GDP and the question from the gentleman, and then the question on tax, and then KL, final responses from you.
Okay, thank you again, Mr. Moderator. I would like to go back to the sister. Can I clarify your question? You request why GDT always delays the implement of capital gain tax, or what? Yes, please. Maybe in Khmer language, I'm not good in English.
Some to lo chum de nhom chong sơ thành che mu lo hat avai ban chia pon da tai ta delay ka anawat pon le praចំណូល personal income tax ហើយនឹង property tax unused land អី something ដោយខ្ញុំឃើញថាស្រុកខ្មែរយើងមានអ្នកល្បីច្រើន personal income tax យើងនឹងឲ្យឪពុកគាត់ជួយ support ទៅប្រទេសយើងបានច្រើនដោយការយល់ដឹងតាក់ដោយសារ personal income tax ហើយ it's not affect to the poor people but more affect to the all rich people. Thank you.
Firstly, I would like everyone to grab the hand for her. You are in the same position with the GDT. I just would like to explain that we are just the body do the functioning of revenue collection. Decision making, delay or implemented, it's not under GDT. So this is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bunneri. Your Excellency, Sosochet, would you like to just respond to the question from the gentleman?
Yes, I just want to make a quick answer to first to the fintech. Because he asked about the fintech sandbox. We have also the sandbox, but just only for security sector. If the fintech you use for security sector as services or product, you could anytime come to SERC to be in our sandbox. Second one from Bray Samnang. He also want, one applicant that just submit the application to SERC to issue the share in our market, and thank you very much for this application. I always want to have, kind of wonderful policy that just overnight make market more, boom, big, but there are no that policies. So that's why we start step by step by, kind of strategic that come from government. There are a lot of support from government already done in the market. We have the incentive from TAC. Thank you very much. I will continue that. We have the kind of, support from our development partner for the issuer in Cambodia if you want to issue the share or to issue the bond in capital market. But to shortcut the way, we learn from the other market in ASEAN and across the world. To shortcut the way, there are a lot of room that we could make that, but it depends on the readiness of the company itself. Corporate governance, you need to be sure that your management is well enough. Financial report. Do all the company in Cambodia get the financial report audited? That is readiness of company. That's why, to support in terms of this, we issue our master plan 10 years last year. And in master plan, we prescribe about how collaboration that we could make between regulator and the industry. And also, we cut up with two main, areas that the trend of the work. One is sustainable finance, we have, and another one is digital finance. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. KL, final response from the business view. You've heard all of these wonderful changes and some really tough questions from the audience as well. Are you optimistic about Cambodia's economic future based on all you've heard?
For sure. Yeah, certainly. I think I hear a lot of questions about how to do business in Cambodia. Actually, that's a question. That's exactly why we have this forum, right? ASEAN Business Chamber, so that we can exchange knowledge and how to help each other to grow together. I think those questions are relevant. I would like to extend, as you know, Selcat is part of Royal Group, and Royal Group have a lot of pillars of industry, and definitely we can work with you to think about some of the challenges that you have, how to get your business started here. Just in case you doesn't know, beside Selcat, we have a group called EasyCom, which is specialized in enterprise solution and enabler. So I can introduce them to you on the sandbox, how to do that, and also how to type approval. The last question, the last thing I want to respond is about that question, about your neighbors and us. I think we shouldn't be worried about the size of the neighbors. You look at Singapore today, you look at Israel today, they are a small country, but the amount of growth and the capability they have is tremendous. So I think Cambodia has the same potential. You have very strong human capital. The people are agile, multilingual, learn very fast, and hungry. You look at us today, we are quite very advanced in technology. Almost penetration about 160% on mobile, 5G is here. In fact, today Selcat has the fastest internet to home, come up to 2 gigabits per second, equal to Singapore and Malaysia. So we are not loose in that section. What we need to do is believe how to build the human capital, right? That's why EasyCom is inspired not only to become the largest ICT company in Cambodia, but in the region. And more people go into this profession. That's where we can change the economic dynamics. It's not the size that matters, right? It's how you innovate that matters. Thank you.
And the quality, what you mentioned earlier. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please give our wonderful panel a wonderful round of applause for that excellent conversation. Before we conclude, two things. One, if I can invite Deputy Governor Limiet to come to the stage together with Okna Kitming, we'll have a group photo. And second of all, I've had a lot of